Shalom, Israel, Shalom, Shalom. It is Brother Obadiah from New Wine Congregation. And first and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the true name of who the world calls God. By Hashem just means in the name of. And Yahweh Shai is who the world calls Jesus Christ. So this lesson I'm going to do through the spirit and power of the Most High God tonight is the history of Islam and Muhammad. Is Islam the way for black people? Right? Should black people should we be Muslims? Should we join the nation of Islam as being black people? Right? Because a lot of our people are leaving the church looking for an identity and trying to find out who they is, and they starting to join the nation of Islam. And then you have a lot of our people go to prison, they go to jail for a few years, and they come out Muslim. Right, they come out all praises due to Allah, hamdu Allah, right? So is Islam the way for black people? That's the question, because we had some leaders, we had Malcolm X, that was a mighty brother through the spirit. But are we supposed to be partaking in Islam? Where did Islam come from? Who religion is Islam? Why do we celebrate Islam today? These are questions that's going to be answered, Lord willing, in this video. Where did the Quran come from? Why is the Quran talking about the Israelites in a book? And you have the Bible, which came before the Quran, already talked about the Israelites. So what's going on? Who was Muhammad? These things finna get answered, Lord willing, in this video, man. So I'm gonna get a couple scriptures, right? And I got a source with me, man. Brothers that's been in this truth, for a few years, or even, watch videos. You see brothers pull this book out, From Babylon to Timbuktu, man. I done had two of them. I got two of them. I'm probably gonna give one to a brother, man. But this the first one I done had. I done been through it, man. I got stuff spilled on it, man. When I first coming to this truth, I used to go to pull this book out every time somebody from Islam try to come up and try to tell us that's the truth. You pull out From Babylon to Timbuktu, man. It's from Rudolf Wentzler. This is a scholar. This man is a scholar. He done did his research. He done traveled the world. He know things, right? This is history in this book right here, man. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna get this book. So I'm not gonna only be coming out the Bible. I got a book that I'm gonna get into to show you. Page 44. Page 44 is called The Birth of Islam. So it's gonna get into the birth, or the birth of Islam. How did Islam come about? What happened throughout history in order for Islam to be the number 2 biggest religion, right next to Christianity? How did it get that big? How did Christianity get that big? We're gonna talk about it today on this live, man. And I'm gonna tell before I get into the lesson. I'm gonna read this book. I'm gonna start on page 44. If brothers and sisters want to read along with me when I get into this book is indeed on the internet. Just type in From Babylon to Timbuktu. And if you have like a little laptop or your iPad or your phone beside you while you listen to this, you can read along with me while I get into this. So you can read on and see that I'm not making these words up. This is definitely in this book, man. And we're gonna expose everything tonight, Lord willing. So, is Islam the way for black people? What did the Bible say? Let's get some precepts. Let's get the book of verse. Let's get the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64 to show you that the Most High God, he already prophesied it for us to be in Islam and Christianity. The Most High God already prophesied it for the Israelites to be in these two religions. These are chiefly the biggest religions in the world, and majority of our people are either in Islam or either in Christianity. But this is why. This Deuteronomy 28 and 15. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So, if brothers and sisters don't know, the Israelites, right? We made a covenant with our God, Yahweh. We made a covenant with our God, Yahweh, that we're going to keep his commandments. And if we didn't keep his commandments, if we broke that covenant that we made with him, a curse was going to get put on us. right? He was going to curse us for being disobedient, for not listening to him. Basically, he going to punish us. He going to discipline us for being disobedient. So he said some curses that was going to come upon us for being disobedient. And you can read them on your own, all of them. Start at verse 15 on down. But I'm going to jump to verse 64 because this sticks out to the lesson. It's Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee, speaking about the Israelites, the Lord shall scatter thee among all the people from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods. So this saying, when this happened, the Most High God, he scattered us, man. We scattered around the four corners of the earth, right? We scattered anywhere you go around the earth, black folks gonna be there, right? You may have some black folks, some Hispanic speak different languages, right? Our skin might be lighter, some might be darker, right? Because we've been scattered. We've been mixing among these nations. So the Bible said, and there thou shalt serve other gods. So the Bible said when you get to your destination, right? When you get scattered among all these other nations, you're going to serve other gods. This prophecy, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. So the Bible said you're going to serve gods. You so-called black and Hispanics. You're going to serve other gods that your forefathers didn't know about. Even wood and stone. So the Bible says you're going to serve idols. When you get to your destination among all these heathens, you're going to serve wood and stone. So what's that wood that it's talking about that our people going to get into? Christianity. They bow down to that cross. They get the cross tattooed on their arm. You know what I'm saying? They had the rose, what them beads called, the captives be having with the cross on it. That's that wood that the Bible said we're gonna serve. A lot of our people kiss the cross for good luck. They finna go out to play a football game or something. They kiss the cross for good luck. And he said, and stone. So what's that other god or other idol that our people serve in the world? That cobblestone. When you look at that cobblestone, that's the stone that the Bible said. The Bible said you're going to serve other gods, wood and stone. Those are the two biggest religions. Christianity with the cross, right, with the wood. Islam with the stone, with that cobblestone. So it's talking about Islam and it's talking about Christianity, but those are just two things that our people get into, man. They love the cobblestone. They walk around the cobblestone. Folks be trying to kiss it. Folks be praying to it. They be trying to grab it, trying to move people out the way to try to grab it, right? To try to hug it. Hey, that's an idol. That cobblestone can't speak, right? It can't slap you. It can't get up and walk and say, I'm tired of y'all walking around me. It can't get up and leave. It's a stone. It's no different than this. It's no different than this. What's different than the cobblestone than this? What makes the cobblestone more holy? What's different than a cobblestone? What's the difference between a cobblestone and this right here? What makes the cobblestone so special? We don't understand. We don't know why we do things as so-called black people. That's why it's so easy for us to get bamboozled, right? That's why we follow Christmas, we follow Thanksgiving, we follow Valentine's Day. We follow these things without knowing exactly why we do these things. We don't know why we call ourselves Muslims. A lot of our people don't know the history behind Islam. If they did, they wouldn't be Muslims. A lot of our people just join something they looking for their identity. They know that they know it ain't in Christianity. They know it ain't in the church. So they feel like Islam is the closest thing to their identity, man. So they hop on that. But I'm gonna show y'all through this video today, man, that if you a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, and you choosing to be with Islam, you know that's not the way of the so-called black people. Islam is not the way, man. We tried that already. It's not working. The only truth is this Bible, and that we the Israelites according to this Bible. We're not talking about no Christianity with no religion. We're not with no religion, right? This is our identity. This Bible is our history book, right? This is our way of life, right? And we the Israelites according to the Bible. That's who we are. We not Muslims. That's a religion. That's not telling you who your identity is. That's just pinning you to a religion. The same as Christianity. Christianity is just pinning you to a religion. It's not telling you who you are and where you come from. It's not telling you these things. Because People in Islam still call themselves black. People in Islam still call themselves African American. It's still, but so you still don't know who you is. But if you an Israelite, that's who you is by blood. That's your identity. You can go back in history, right? Go back through the Bible, and you will find where your people come from, right? So let's get this real quick. Let me get another scripture on that idolatry, man, that stone. The Bible already prophesied these things, man. And Israel all throughout the Bible. If you know anything, if you know about the Israelites, right? If hey Shalom to my brothers, man. Thad and Uriah, man. I don't know who on the channel right now. I think that's Thad or one of them, Thad and Uriah. Shout out to the mighty brother Thad and Uriah, man, for tuning in to the live. But yeah, Israel, there you go. Shalom, King, Shalom. But Israel all throughout the Bible was getting into idolatry. When you read, especially when you read the book of Hosea, northern Ephraim was definitely getting into idolatry. So that's something that Israel had throughout history. That's something that they had a problem with throughout history. We had a problem with throughout history, was getting into idolatry. We always worship something other than our creator. We wanted to have a king that we can see instead of having the Most High God. Right? We want to go to witches, you know, for guidance instead of going to the Most High God. We want to go to stones, right? For instead of the Most High God. We want to go to these people that tell you give you these readings and tell you your life 5 years from now, or they got a crystal ball and they tell you how your life is gonna be, or they see your future. Our people go to them instead of going to the Most High God, and they've been doing that throughout history. So it's no coincidence, or it's no what's the word I'm looking for? It's no coincidence, or it's no what word I'm looking for, baby?
Strange thing.
It's no strange thing that our people are getting into idolatry with these stones, man. Some of our people get these stones around their necks and they start worshiping them. They say these stones give them life. The stones give them strength. The stones give them wisdom. The stones protection. Some people walk around with their good luck stone. A lot of our people have good luck stones. They keep them in their pocket and they feel like the stone's gonna keep them protected instead of the Most High God. But what the Most High God said in Habakkuk 2:19. Woe unto him that is, woe, meaning destruction, unto him that says to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it. So the Bible said, woe unto him that says to the wood, awake, and say to the dumb stone, arise, it shall teach. Because it's just a stone. Why are our people in Islam walking around a stone? It's just a stone. It don't have no breath in it. Why are people going meet up, whole bunch of people be meeting up at this cobblestone and walking around it? That's idolatry, man. And a lot of our people don't even know that they in idolatry. They just doing it, but then they don't know why they doing it. So when you get hey Shalom, brother Bees. Let me get the let me get this book right here in Matthew, man. When you get the book of Matthew, chapter 7. Because we know Islam and Christianity, right? Islam and Christianity are the two biggest religions worldwide. So what the Bible said, Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in therein. So the Bible said, enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leads to destruction. So that wide gate is that gate that everybody gonna be doing. Everybody gonna be participating in that wide gate. But that straight gate, only a few people gonna be doing it. So Islam, like I said, Islam is like the second biggest religion. That's a wide gate. Everybody in the hood say they Muslim. They just say it. They don't know that they don't read the Quran. They still be eating pork. They still be selling dope to the community. But they saying that they Muslims. If I, you know how people say they so-called woke, the so-called woke brothers that, you know, feel they know Christianity BS, they know the church is BS, that they go to Islam. They feel like, you know, that's for the black people. Islam is for us. That's what our people think. But the Bible said that wide gate is that gate they're gonna lead to destruction. Islam is a wide gate. But that straight, it said, and many that be which go in therein, but straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few that be that find it. So that straight gate is that gate that's gonna lead to life. That straight gate is that gate that's gonna lead to that everlasting life. And that's why the Israelites, you know, we being the Israelites, that's a straight gate. You know how many people, throw it off if they lose. Yeah, they king, they throwing off. What I was saying. What I was saying. Oh yes, I was saying Israel, us being Israelites is that straight gate, man. Because we tell a lot of people they Israelites, they don't want to hear it. It be more people buck up than actually want to keep the commandments. That's that straight gate. Keeping the commandments is that straight gate. Keeping what the Bible actually say is a straight gate. That's the gate that leads to life. But that wide gate is the gate that leads to destruction. That's why people getting Islam, that's a wide gate. So the Bible said enter in that straight gate, man. So that's the gate that leads to the straight gate is the gate that leads to life. Let me get this real quick in 1 Corinthians. And I'm gonna get some scriptures at the Quran too, man, to show you some scriptures at the Quran. Shout out to the brother Uriah for sending me some of these scriptures at the Quran, man. Cause hey, we're gonna get into the today book, man. We're gonna get into, I wonder what was going on. My Bible was full. I'm like, why I keep saying the Old Testament? But we're gonna get into the Quran too and break that down and show you that the Quran, and you gonna when I get into Babylon the Timbuktu, when I get into that book, you're gonna see what I'm talking about when I say that that Muhammad was a thief. Muhammad was a thief, right? Muhammad stole information from the Israelites. And he made his own religion, his own book called the Quran. The Quran is kind of like a watered down version of the Bible, and I'm gonna show you that, right? Brother said Habakkuk 2:18. What profit the graven? Oh yeah, Khan. What profit the graven image that the maker thereof have graven it? Matter of fact, let me put it right here because it keep disappearing off the screen. I should have started at 18. Habakkuk 2:18 through 19. It says, what profit the graven image that what profits the graven image that the maker thereof has graven it? The molten image and a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusted thereon to make dumb idols. Woe unto him that says to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise. It shall teach. Behold, it is laid over in gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it. So Habakkuk was going in. Habakkuk going in on these idols, man, on these stones. And when you think about it, hey, that was like a foreshadowing of Islam. You know, cause people was already into these stones, like I was saying earlier, already into idolatry and things like that. So ain't nothing new under the sun. They was doing that back then. Our people still doing the same thing right now. So let me get this real quick. 1 Corinthians 8:6. This 1 Corinthians 8:6. But to us there is but one God, the Father, of whom are all things, and we in him, and one Lord Yahweh Shai, by whom are all things, and we by him. So there's only but one God, right? He's the God of the Israelites. He's not the God of the Muslims. He's not the God of the Arabs. He's the God of the Israelites. And even in the Quran, even in their own book, it says that the Israelites are the chosen people. It speaks about the Israelites. So why is the Quran speaking about the Israelites? Why is it? Why is the Quran speak about Abraham? Why is it speaking about that in the Quran? When the Bible came out earlier than the Quran, and the Bible been speaking about this. That should be a red flag for a lot of our people in Islam. Why is some of the same people that's in the Bible is in the Quran? Right? Quran, the brother already pulled it out. Surah chapter 2 and verse 122. Children of Israel, recall my favor which I bestowed upon you, and I exalted you above the nations of the world. So in the Quran, it's saying that the Israelites are the chosen people. So when you go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6, why is the Quran saying this about the Israelites? When you go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6, it says, speaking about the Israelites, for thou art the holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So in the Bible said that the Israelites are the chosen people. And the Quran is saying the exact same thing. So what's going on? Why in the Quran it mentions Jesus, right? But in the Bible it don't mention Muhammad. It don't mention Muhammad finna come and be a prophet in the Bible, but in the Quran it mentions Jesus. Why is that? We're finna get into it. Let me get some scriptures out the Quran, man, to show you, man, that the Quran, that Muhammad stole his information from the Bible, right? And it says, what's that? It's Surah, chapter 32 and verse 23. And we certainly gave Moses the scripture, so do not be in doubt over his meeting. And we made the Torah guidance for the children of Israel. Right? So it's talking about the Torah. It's talking about the children of Israel. It's talking about Moses. It's in the Quran. Now, the Quran just means to recite. So the Quran just means to recite. They believe Muhammad is Deuteronomy 18, 19, and the Comforter, the Holy Ghost. I'll pull that out, King. I'm pull it out. You said Deuteronomy 18. But Khan, they believe that what I was saying. It's Deuteronomy 18:18. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and I will put my words in his mouth. I seen a Muslim bring this out, man. Oh, I forgot what the post said with madness. They pulled out. I forgot. It was crazy, man. He say, and he shall raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. But it's crazy because Muhammad, when you look into, if you ask any Muslim what prophecy did Muhammad speak about, they don't know. What Muhammad called himself a prophet. What did he ever prophesy? Like, what did he ever say that was going to happen and it came to pass? We know, we got prophets in this book. We know these men in the Bible, what they said. Some of these men, what they said came to pass, and some haven't came to pass yet, but they are going to come to pass. Right? He said, yeah, Quran, the brother said there is absolutely no prophecy in the Quran. There's no prophecy in the Quran. So how do you call yourself a prophet if there's no prophecy in your book? You're not prophesying anything. He just stole that word prophet from the men that he was listening from. And I'm going to show you when I get into From Babylon to Timbuktu. Muhammad, and he also was a murderer too. See, a lot of people didn't know that. But the brothers in the truth, a lot of our brothers in the truth know that. But people that's in Islam, Muhammad was a murderer. I'm gonna get there. But yeah, the Quran just means to recite. So when it means to recite, what is the Quran reciting? It's reciting the Bible. They tell you in Islam, hey, relate back to the Bible. Why you just won't believe and read the Bible? Why you gotta relate back to the Bible, which when the Bible is giving you all the information, when the Bible got all the information in this book? Why you have to relate back to the Bible? You have these people like Farrakhan and Malcolm X. They used to quote out the Bible. Like you barely hear a Muslim quoting out the Quran. They always be quoting out the Bible, or they pull a verse out the Bible. They don't pull verses out their own book. You know, Surah chapter 2 and verse 40. O children of Israel, remember my favor, which I have bestowed upon you, and fulfill my covenant upon you, that I will fulfill your covenant from me and be afraid of only me. Surah chapter 2 and verse 47. O children of Israel, remember my favor that I have bestowed upon you, and that I preferred you over the worlds. So this is literally the Bible, man. Hold up. Let me get this precept right here. This is literally like information from out the he literally like stole information from our book and made his own religion. He made his own book. If you do that in today's time, boy, you can go to jail for that, man. Stealing something, you reading somebody's book, you stealing information out their book, and you make your own religion. And that's so crazy how he did that. And that's one of the biggest religions in the world. And he got that information from stealing from our people. Let me get that This is the book of let me get this real quick. This is Leviticus 18:2. Speaking to the children of Israel and say to them, I am the Lord your God. So I just pulled that out just to show that if people read the Bible, you know that he's talking about the children of Israel. We know that. So when people read the Quran, it's like, why am I still reading about the children of Israel in the Quran? What is how they come together like that? So I'm gonna get there. Let me not jump the gun. Let me get I'm gonna get this before I get into the book. Hey, this An-Nisa 34, because the Quran say that you can beat your wife. Yeah, the Bible say love your wife. The Bible say love your wife as Christ loved the church. But the Quran say you can beat your wife. The Quran say that you can be a woman beater, men. This An-Nisa 34. So righteous women are devoutly obedient, guarding in the husband's absence what Allah would have them guard. But those wives from whom you fear arrogance, first, so the Quran is giving you steps on how to deal with your wife. First, advise them. Then, if they persist, forsake them in bed. And finally, strike them. So the Bible said, the Quran said, if your woman after the third time, if she don't want to still listen to you, you can strike her. Yeah, she still don't want to listen to the Quran, so you kind of hit her in the eye. You know, she looking at you, she still wham, you and then you trying to justify it and say, well, you go to the scripture, you go to An-Nisa 34, and they say you can strike her. Well, Allah said Muhammad said I can strike you. And now brothers justifying that. I want to do brothers in Islam do that, man. Like they hit their wife and they go to this scripture and say, well, the Quran said I can strike. Hey, the Bible never said hit your woman, hit your wife. The Bible never said that. That's off, bro. The Bible said love your wife as Christ loved the church. So hey, the Bible said, and the Bible never said let me get that verse. That ain't what that scripture is. Oh, 1 Corinthians. Look, let me get that. 7, 5. Yeah, yeah, hey, brother, hey, you in the spirit, bro. You in the spirit. I was just trying to find that precept, man. You in the spirit. Is it 1 Corinthians 7 and 5? Okay, yeah, it's 1 Corinthians 7 and 5. I heard that too, man. I heard that too. That's crazy. This 1 Corinthians 7 and 5. Defraud ye not one the other, except they be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency. I can't even say that right. Yeah. So the Bible basically saying, right, you can't withhold sex, but the Quran say you can. So your woman, you know, she grabbing your shirt like this, tell you, come on, it's been 2 months. It's been 2 months. And he like, no, I'm still not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. The Bible, you can't do that. The Bible say you're not supposed to do that. The Bible said don't withhold, because, you know, y'all one flesh. Right? So the Bible said you're not supposed to withhold sex, but the Quran said forsake them in bed, and finally strike them. If they obey you once more, seek no means against them. So the Quran said if she obey you, don't do it again. But what happens if she don't obey you? What you supposed to do then? What Muhammad wants you to do then if she don't obey after that time? He wants you to still hit her? He wants you to strike her again? I don't know. But yeah, man. So there's just a few I want to pull, man, out the Quran to show you that basically it's talking about the Israelites in the Quran, and they got that from the Bible. So now I'm finna show you real quick. Let's get this from Babylon to Timbuktu. Brothers, like I say, brothers can read along with me if they haven't read this. You can go to the internet and type in from Babylon to Timbuktu, and then the whole book should come up on Google, and you can read along with me. I'm gonna start at page 44, and I'm gonna skip around a little bit, but I'll tell you when I'm finna skip. Page 44. We finna get into Islam. We finna get into Muhammad. Muhammad is a false prophet. He's not I wouldn't even call him a false. I wouldn't even call him a false prophet. I wouldn't even call him a prophet at all. Because in order to be a prophet, you have to prophesy something. He didn't prophesy nothing. He just literally called himself a prophet. That's madness. That's just like Pastor Troy. He called himself a pastor. He's not even a pastor. You know what I'm saying? That's just like DJ Envy. I ain't never seen him DJ. He called himself DJ Envy, but I ain't never seen him DJ. So they're like, they just throw the titles on their names, man. I'm gonna start at page 44. No, I'm gonna start at page 45. It's called The Birth of Islam. But I'm gonna start on page 45. This the brother right here that wrote the book. Oh. And then he got pictures and everything in here, man. So he done traveled. He done did his research. He ain't no mediocre guy. He ain't no person that just said I'm gonna come out with a book and I'm gonna just throw information out here. No, he put it time and information. He put time in this book. He got information from places and put in his book. Muhammad. Oh yeah. Let me get that real quick. Yup. Can't they bot got away with that one. I'm glad you put it in the chat. They almost got out of that one. You probably got some Muslim watching this video being like, oh, I hope he don't pull that about Muhammad Aisha. Hope he don't pull that. They probably were happy when they ain't pull that. At the most I had the brother put it on the spirit on the brother to pull that out. Let me get that. what's oh man. Now it says um Muhammad was, I'm gonna get it. Well, it says it's in the book of Sahih. See, I don't be knowing these chapters like that in the Quran like that. I don't know how to be saying them like that. Sahih al-Baqarah 5134, book 67, Hadith 70. It said Muhammad was 56 years old. The Prophet married Aisha when she was 6 years old, and he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old. So Muhammad, he said she was 6 years old. He got with a woman when she was 6 years old. You can look this up. She was 6 years old and he consummated his marriage. He laid with her when she was 9 years old. It's a grown man. Muhammad was a grown man and he was with a little girl. Hey man, that's Muhammad for you, man. And that's not even hard to believe. Yeah, brother said he got with a first grader. This man got with a first grader, man. That's madness. And this book right here gonna even get more into the history of Muhammad. Let's start at 45. I should have got my reading glasses, man. And I should have got my reading glasses, kind of sit back, cause we finna get into this thing.
You got my reading glasses.
I'm gonna get some reading glasses. This Babylon and Timbuktu, page 45. And I'm gonna start at when Muhammad was born. I'm gonna skip around. I'm gonna start when Muhammad was born. Just finna get into him. When Muhammad was born, many Arabs were still worshiping the sun, stars, spirits, and idols. The Arabs possessed 360 idols, one for each day of the year. Damn, they was in deep, but they wicked. But yeah, man. So this going to the Arabs. So the Arabs, they worship the sun, stars, spirits, and idols. They were worshiping everything. Now remember, I want y'all to remember, Muhammad came with the idea of Allah, right? Only one God, and it's gonna show you in this book why he think like that. But just know, he didn't grow up like that. His people was into all type of idolatry, man. They were worshiping the sun, stars, spirits, and idols. They were into all that. Right, that's why the Bible said, "Be not amazed at the signs of the heavens, because the heathen are as amazed at them." Because the heathens, they get into their idolatry. They get into worshiping all these rocks and the stones, and that's they custom. They get into worshiping the sun, the stars, the wind, the water. That's what they did. So Muhammad's they said they had an idol for each day of the year. So, reading on, Muhammad was born 570 AD, 4 years after the death of Emperor Justinian. He was descended from the tribe of Quraysh and the family of Hashim. His mentality was prodigious. In his youth, he was never taught to read or write. But his imagination was superlative. Muhammad was an extraordinary handsome man and eloquent in motivating men with the power of words. So, mind you, it just said Muhammad couldn't read or write. So how the hell did he write his own book? How did he write his own book? He couldn't read or write. So how did he write his own book and was able to read and proofread what was written? He couldn't read or write. It say he would jump. I'm gonna jump down. Still on page 45. I'm gonna jump down, and it says after Muhammad became. It said Allah, which only means God or the God. Khan. Allah, which only means God or the God. So basically the Islam God has no name. That's true. That's true, man. That's true. God is just a title. That's not his name. This means like power. So he don't have no name? You see what I'm saying? Hold up. Yeah, man. So it's just a title. Allah is just God. What is his name? Right? It don't make no sense. So page 45, jumping on down to after Muhammad. So after Muhammad became a camel driver, he traveled to remote lands. He led his caravans to Persia, Syria, Egypt, transacting business with merchants of every kind. So he was traveling, he was linking with different people, getting different information and things like that. On his business trip, he met Jews, the real Jews, us, Christians, and members of other sects. He interrogated them concerning the tenets of their religions. So remind you, he couldn't read or write. So he is sitting among the Jews, the Christians, and he said the Jews, Christians, and members of other sects. So he with all different people coming from other different parts of the world with different beliefs. So he asking them questions about all they different religions or their beliefs, because he don't know how to read and write. So he trying to get information from other people to try to come up with his own religion. That's the mindset that he had. I'm gonna get information from these people. I'm gonna get information from these people. I'm gonna get information from these people, right? And I'm gonna come up with my own religion. That's what he was doing. Yet he had excellent memory, so he knew he remembered what they were saying. And it said, what was it? He frequented the environment of the Jews and the rabbis, mostly because they were merchants in an omnipresent ethnic group. So he basically out of all those people that he was listening to, he drifted on to the Jews. He drifted on to us, right? Because we had the truth, right? You can't fake the truth, man. You have all these other people trying to tell Muhammad things, but he knew that what we were saying was the truth. It said, because he could not read or write, his ears were attentive and keen to everything that the Jews related to him. So we telling him stuff. We telling him about the Bible. We telling him about how he come from Ishmael. We telling him these things. It says, because he cannot read or write, his ears were attentive and keen to everything that the Jews related to him. Muhammad learned and extracted much from the Jewish religion and compounded it with his new religion, Islam. Boom. Check that out, man. It said again, Muhammad learned and extracted much from the Jews, or the Jewish religion, talking about the Jews and us, our laws and commandments, our Bible, and compounded it with his new religion, Islam. So as he getting information from us, the Israelites, we tell him about the Bible, we tell him about the commandments, right? About our laws, about our feast days. He is taking the information that we giving him and compounding it with his new religion, Islam. So he's coming up, he's basing his information on what we telling him. He's coming up with his own book, with his own religion, from what he got the information from us. So that's how Islam even came about. Muhammad getting information from the Jews. That show you that the Quran is a watered down version of the Bible. It's not it's a bootleg version of the Bible. Muhammad literally got his information from the Bible. That's why the Quran says similar things to what the Bible say. And I'm gonna get into that in this book. That's why the Quran say certain things and the Bible say the same thing. Like, why the Quran saying the same thing the Bible say? Because Muhammad got the information from us and made his own book and he took certain things that we said, that we gave him, and he put it in his book, in the Quran. The brother said Muhammad was white. Abu Jahaifa reported, I saw Allah's messenger that he had white complexion and had some white hair. Hey, I heard brothers say that, but I ain't never look into it. her son Allah resemble him. Hey, that's crazy. Hey, man, you never, hey, the so-called white, you never know, bro. You just never know, man. And that made perfect sense. Made perfect sense. Because Christianity was getting pushed, then Islam was getting pushed. And the brother said that that's Sahih Muslim 6081. The Quran be having some weird damn titles in they books, man. I be about to, trying to lose my mind trying to pronounce these names, man. Sahih Muslim 681. 6081. Khan. Hey, man, the brother dropping the source. He said Sahih Muslim 6071 says the same thing. Khan. Hey, man, makes perfect sense. Now let's go to page 47. Hold on. Now I'm gonna start at page 46 when it says the title is the first stage of the Islamic Revolution. Page 46. According to Alvin Berard, matter of fact, let me see if I want to. I'm gonna start at Muhammad spent. Muhammad spent many days in the hills outside of Mecca. He was immersed deeply in the deplorable conditions of his people. He wanted to lead them away from moral turpitude and idolatry. See, he ain't know nothing about idolatry till we started saying, "Hey, y'all into idolatry, man. Y'all worshiping all these guys." So he ain't know nothing about that till we told him. So now he's trying to lead his people away from that. It seemed to him that the angel Gabriel appeared, commissioning him to articulate a new religion to substitute for the old. So basically, Muhammad was bugging out. Basically, he was high on something. He was bugging out. He said he think Gabriel came to him and told him, he got a new religion for him. Because that's nowhere in the Bible. Incidentally, Gabriel was the same angel who appeared in a vision to the Hebrew prophet Daniel. It's kind of crazy that we was telling Muhammad about our forefathers and about our book and about Gabriel. And all of a sudden, he said Gabriel appeared to him. He ain't know nothing about Gabriel until we told him. Remind you, he couldn't read or write. So how in the hell did he know about Gabriel? How did he know about Daniel? How he know about that? We told him. Muhammad gradually came to believe that he was a prophet. So Muhammad came to believe he was a prophet. Nobody told him. He didn't have no prophecies on his spirit to prophesy. He just, in his mind, I believe I'm a prophet. Probably had his head down like this. I believe I'm a prophet. And I'm Satan, man. Satan hopped on that man. And expounded his religion to members of his family. He went out to the holy temple to preach to the multitudes that gathered to worship the idols. With these words, the first phase of Islamic revolution began. La ilaha Allah Muhammad Rasul Allah. There is no God but Allah. And that's what it's translated to. There is no other God but Allah. And Muhammad is the prophet of Allah. So that's what he was going out. He was going out teaching. There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the prophet of Allah. Right? So when you go to verse 47, it says, not verse, when you go to page 47 in Babylon Timbuktu, incidentally, by this time the Hebrew Old Testament had been translated into Arabic, and the Arabs was rapturously pleased to read about their great ancestors in the story of the Hebrew. So hold on. So basically, the Arabs, even like Muhammad, they all was coming to the Jews. They were all coming to us. Cause we the trendsetters, man. We the chosen people. We the salt of the earth. So they knew this book. They know the Bible was real. They know what Muhammad was telling them was madness, because they probably was sitting beside Muhammad while he was taking notes when the Jews was telling him about the Bible. So how you gonna come and try to tell people about your religion, Islam, and you want people to join your religion, Islam, when you got those same people looking at you stealing the information out the Bible that these Jews are giving you? How you expect them to join your religion? How you expect to believe what you telling them when they sitting here watching you doing what you doing? It says, this fact also helped Muhammad to inspire in the Arabs the feeling of nationalism and racial pride, because they had read in the Hebrew scripture that Ishmael was to become a great nation. So they knew they were Ishmael, right? So Muhammad kind of got that racial pride. Yeah. I'm finna be a great nation, right? Yeah. So he kind of got prideful, right? And he wouldn't knew that if we didn't tell him. It says, Muhammad masterminded the first stage of revolution by undermining and discrediting prevailing established beliefs and customs of questioning other political, social, and religious institutions. Hold up, matter of fact, what I want to So Muhammad was basically on that edge of trying to bring other people down, basically trying to say, oh, what you doing wrong? So and so, that's not right. Da 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 da. You off, you going off. So that's how Muhammad was. He was trying to basically make Islam seem like this high religion and make everything else below. Feel like it's below him, basically. That's how he was coming. I'm gonna jump down. I'm still on page 47, but I'm gonna go to when Muhammad returned to the city of Mecca. It says, when Muhammad returned. Hold up, did I want to read that? No. Let me keep going. I don't know why I ain't had that underlined. It says Muhammad attacked the merchants and rulers in Mecca who employed the well of Ishmael in the Kaaba temple for monetary gain. Not only did he speak out against idolatry, but also against gambling and drunkenness. I wonder where he get that from. The Jews. Because he spoke against the wine enterprise in the city of Taif. Muhammad was compelled to leave the city. So Muhammad basically rebuking his people and telling his people they're going off, because we told him that, it's off to get drunk. It's off to get into idolatry and worship stones. So he took that information that we gave him and he started telling his people that y'all can't be doing that. So when Muhammad returned to the city of Mecca, the opposition was intensified against him. A law was enacted that anybody who accepted Islam will be exiled, meaning you was kicked out the city. If you came in there talking about all praise to Allah, and you came in there talking about you with Islam, you was kicked out the city. When the leaders of the city of Mecca was informed that Muhammad was gaining converts in Yathrib, they conspired to assassinate him. So they were finna kill, but they were finna get him up out of there. This conspiracy motivated Muhammad to flee from Mecca to Yathrib. The night of Muhammad's flight to Yathrib, later called Medina, the city of the prophet, is known as the Hijra, the flight. So Muhammad fled. He was like, man, I gotta get up out of here. I'm finna go to the people that are actually trying to listen to Islam. I'm finna leave and go to the people that actually want to hear my watered down religion. Basically what he said. So I'm gonna jump down to still on page 47. I'm at the bottom of page 47. Coming to Yathrib. Coming to Yathrib, Muhammad found the inhabitants very hospitable to him and to his new religion. There were two factors that contribute to the hospitality. There were many influential Jews in Yathrib who were allies with the other Arabs. These Jews had instructed the conception of one God. Moreover, the Arabs were somewhat tolerant of the Jews. So we the ones that brought that to the Arabs, that is only one God. They went like you said earlier in the reading. They was worshiping the stars, the moon, the water, the air. They was worshiping all type of stuff. So we brought that to them that it's only one God. So that's where Muhammad get that from. He wasn't raised like that. That wasn't in his bloodline and his family. And all his family, his people believed in other gods. But he came with that one God because he got that from us, the Jews. So now I'm finna get into page 48. Islam and Judaism. Islam and Judaism, we finna get on that. So I'm finna touch on more about Islam and Muhammad. It says the Prophet Muhammad adopted many principles and laws from the Jews. Or the Prophet Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad stole many principles and laws from the Jews. First of all, the basic idea of monotheism, which is the belief in one God. Exactly, because Muhammad didn't get that. He didn't know nothing about no one God until he came to us. It says the Jewish confession of the unity of God is Shema Israel Adonia Elohina Adonia Ehad, meaning, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. So that was the slogan of Israel. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. But it says the Muhammadan slogan is as follows: La ilaha Allah. It says La ilaha illa Allah Muhammad Rasul Allah, and that means there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the prophet of Allah. So you see how, he stole what he basically took what we said and he switched it around to his meaning. Our meaning said, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one." Muhammad said, there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the prophet of Allah. Right? So now it says Muhammad adopted also the main details of the Jews' calendar, the Day of Atonement. Right? So we got the Day of Atonement is the day that we fast. So what day do the Muslim fast on? Ramadan. That's the day that they fast. You got the let me see, where was it? It says the Sabbath. Much of the Bible and narratives from the Midrash and many points of the ritual law. So they stole the day of resting from us. They stole the things from the law. That's why a lot of Muslims don't eat pork. Why they don't eat pork? Where they get that from? They got that from the Bible. They got that from Leviticus chapter 11. That says you can't eat pork. That's why a lot of Muslims don't eat pork. That's why when you see they women, a lot of times they women be covered up, right? And the brothers say they can't eat pork. Oh yeah, it is a situation in the Quran that say, I forgot the verse that says, when you starving to death and when you don't have nothing to eat, that's when you can eat something unclean. But the Bible don't say it. The Bible says you're not supposed to eat nothing unclean at all. But the Quran says when you get to the point of you starving or you haven't ate or you hungry, you need some food, that's when you can eat some pork. Right? So that's why you see they women dress modest. Yeah, the Jews, our forefathers and foremothers decided to die instead of eating pork. We wasn't down with that. But that's why when you see a lot of these people in Islam, they women be covered up, they be dressed modest, they have their little head scarf on. They get that from the Bible. They get that from us. It says, Incidentally, the Jews pray 3 times a day facing the city of Jerusalem. The Bible said pray without seasoning. The Bible said the Jews, us, we pray 3 times a day facing the city of Jerusalem. That's the homeland. Right? Our forefather Daniel did that. That's the homeland. We face east towards Jerusalem. Still to this day. It says, and the Muslims, true believers, pray 5 times a day, facing the city of Mecca. You see what I'm saying? You see how when we read this stuff out the Bible and you read the Quran, it's like you can read the Quran and you can tell that stuff was stolen out the Bible and put in this book. He just switched up certain things. The Bible said, we pray 3 times a day facing Jerusalem, but Islam, the Muslims, the real Muslims, they pray 5 times a day facing Mecca. No difference. See what I'm saying? It says, trying his best, Muhammad sought to convert the Jews to his religion, but to no avail. See, you gotta be you gotta be out your mind. How are you gonna try to convert? He said they stole they stole our mitres and our turbans. That's right. You people see the mitres and the turbans and say that goes back to the Arabs. You see them over there in the deserts and stuff with the little turbans and mitres. No, they got that from us. They got that from us, man. Everything they got that from us. They stole just like the white man. They stole everything from us, man. So check this out. Read this again. It says, trying his best. So it say Muhammad was trying his best. He probably was staying up all night. He probably was bugging himself out, punching himself in the head. How can I get these Jews to convert to my religion? He probably was choking himself out. Probably was backslapping himself. Trying to figure out what to do. It say, trying his best, Muhammad sought to convert the Jews to his new religion, but to no avail. So, how are you going to convert the same people that you learned from to your religion? It doesn't make any sense. These people taught you about the Bible, and they taught you what you know to even be able to come up with your own religion and your own book. So how are you going to turn around and try to convert these same people that you learned from? They already know your religion flawed because they the ones that told you about certain stuff out our book, and you made it in your book. So they already know that what you telling people is not true. They already know that is made up, that you stole stuff out of our book and switched it up. They already know that. So why would they join Islam? It don't make sense. That's the pride. His pride was puffed up. It says, the Jews were adamant and resistant to change. It says, wait, what was it? The high esteem which the prophet held for the Jews was transformed to enmity, and instead of allies, he looked upon them as competitors. So Muhammad, instead of looking at the Jews, instead of looking at us as, damn, they taught me some stuff I didn't know. They taught me about Ishmael. They taught me about me being a great nation. They taught me about that. Instead of him thinking about them like that, the Bible says he thought about them as competitors. So he looked at us as being competitors. He was competing with us. He was trying to basically get a lot of people, more people in Islam than with us. He looked at us like food, man. Like, damn, I don't know, them niggas, okay. He probably was going around trying to tell people about Islam. He probably was looking at us like the corner of his eye, hating on us now, right? Envying us. That's what the Bible said. He became a competitor to us. It says Muhammad needed the confirmation of the influential Jews to validate his mission, as all upstarts need to backing of someone influential. Let me read that again. It says Muhammad needed the confirmation of the influential Jews to validate his mission, as all upstarts need the backing of someone influential. So the dude Muhammad, he needed the backing of us. So how you gonna look at us as competition and you trying to come to us to help back your religion, Islam? It don't make sense. He needed us to back him. Why did he need the Jews to back up his religion, Islam, and he wanted us to tell everybody that, hey, y'all join Muhammad religion, y'all read the Quran, it's 100% true. It got a lot of information in it. He needed us to say that for him because we are the salt of the earth, right? We are the trendsetters, right? People looked at us. They know we the real deal. People knew when we stepped into a room that we meant nothing but business, right? They knew that we the chosen people. Muhammad knew we was the chosen people, so he needed them I mean, he needed us, the Jews, to back up his religion. Right? So you have people in Islam talking about the Quran this, the Quran that, the Quran this, the Bible tampered, the Bible plagiarized. But your prophet, Muhammad, needed the backing of the Jews, which we believe in the Bible. He needed us to back up the Quran. So if you in Islam or you a so-called Muslim, you shouldn't even dare open your mouth to talk about the Bible when your prophet stole out the Bible. He got information out of this book. You shouldn't even open your mouth to even talk about this book. Talk against this book. So he needed the Jews to validate his mission, as all upstarts need backing of someone influential. So you know how you need someone. Just say if you finna you trying to become a basketball player, right? And you trying to get commercials. You trying to be on commercials so people can see you and they know who you is. And you need somebody famous to back you up, right? You may need LeBron James to back you up. You may need Kobe, he dead. You may need Michael Jordan to back you up. You may need Kevin Durant to back you up, to put your name out there. Because when folks hear about Kevin Durant, they're going to want to click on it anyway. And that's how they're going to find you. Right? That's how Muhammad was thinking. Muhammad was like, I need these Jews, man. I need these Jews to back me up, man. Because if these Jews say it's real, folks going to believe it's real. If these Jews say that my book is 100% facts and real and I'm a prophet, everybody else going to believe it. So that's why he needed us to back him up. So it say Muhammad, it says Muhammad therefore turned against the Jews and became their tormentor. So it says Muhammad, right? Muhammad turned his back. Now this is why we say Muhammad, Islam is not the way for black people. It's not the way for black people. Why is not the way for black people? Because the same way the white man beat Christianity into us, the same way Muhammad beat Islam into us. It's no different. It said Muhammad turned against the Jews. Because he turned against us all because we didn't want to back up his watered down religion. It said he became our tormentor. You know how Pharaoh tormented us, man? In Egypt. He tormented us, man. He put that extra work on us. He was beating on us. That's the same way Muhammad did to us. He became our slave master. Right? He became a dictator. It says, going to page 49, the offspring of Judaism are Christianity and Islam. Now, history was repeating itself. So the Bible says, now history is repeating itself. The proponents of Christianity said to the Jews. So now we got damn Christians we just had Muhammad coming to us trying to get us to join Islam. Now we got these Christians trying to come up to us now. It says, they said to the Jews, we accept your Bible, morals, and monotheism. Only receive from us Jesus Christ, the great prophet, the Messiah of whom all the prophets spoke in the scripture. Because the Jews refused, they were despised and hated. So we was getting it both ways, bro. We were getting it from Muhammad and Islam, and we was getting it with these Christians with Christianity. They tried to get us to take white Jesus. They're like, they talking about we accept your Bible. We ain't giving you our book. Talking about we accept your Bible. Well, they said we accept your Bible, your morals and everything you stand for. Only take white Jesus. Tell everybody that this man with blonde hair and blue eyes and pale skin is the Messiah. And our people said we not doing that. You out your mind. Don't you ever come to us again with this blonde hair, blue eyed, pale skin man. Don't ever come to us again, or I'm gonna slap you in your face. That's probably what they were saying, man. Our folks, you know what Nehemiah say? I'll lay hands on you. They probably got physical with these Christians, man. Don't you ever come to us again with this white Jesus. Now fast forward to 2023 or 2020, so-called 2024. What our people got in their living rooms? White Jesus. Now what our people got on their bookshelf? A Quran. You see what I'm saying? So all that happened for this stuff to happen right now in today's time. All the killing, all the raping, all the murdering had to happen for Islam and Christianity to be the two biggest religions. Crazy. So it said we refuse to keep we refuse to take white Jesus with us. We refuse to take white Jesus with us. We're like, no, take that back to where you got it from, right? And they said we was despised and hated, man. So all because we didn't want to take white Jesus, we was despised and hated. It says Muhammad tried to construct his religion as closely, bruh. It said Muhammad tried to construct his religion as closely as he could after the Jews' religion. So Muhammad tried as closely as he can. The Quran is doo-doo. I'm gonna put that out there. The Quran is doo-doo. The Quran is toilet paper. You can rip the paper out the Quran. If you say you out of tissue, right? You say you out of tissue and you on the toilet and you got your Quran in the bathroom with you. You can rip out your Quran, right? You can wipe your butt with that. Because that's what it is. It's doo-doo. It's not real. It's not no spiritual book. It's not no book of prophecy. Right? It's a plagiarized book. It shouldn't even be on the bookshelf. They should ban the Quran. It shouldn't even exist. You know, it just said after you read this, you shouldn't even want to read the Quran no more. You shouldn't want to have nothing to do with the Quran because this is your prophet. This is your prophet. And it just said Muhammad tried to construct his religion as closely as he could after the Jews' religion. So he tried to construct. He like, okay, I see them keeping the Sabbath day. I'm gonna get a day of rest. Right? I see them saying there's only one God, the God of Israel. I'm gonna say it's only one God, the God of Muhammad, the God of Allah. You know, I see they women dressing modest, and they Bible says for them to dress modest. I'm putting that in my book. I'm gonna have my women dressing modest. Oh, I see in their Bible it said we can't eat pork. I'm gonna say we're not supposed to eat pork. That's why the Quran say the similar things like the Bible say. You wanted that. Because Muhammad stole information out of the Bible. He a thief. So not only is Muhammad a pedophile, because we just read earlier in the video, he was 56 years old. He got with a 6-year-old and he consummated the marriage when she was 9 years old. So not only is he a pedophile, he a thief as well. And not only is he a thief, I'm going to show you what else he is when I keep reading. It says Muhammad tried to construct his religion as closely as he could after the Jewish religion. He favored the Jews by accepting many of their laws and traditions. When the Jews refused to be converted, he commanded his followers to stop turning to the holy city of Jerusalem in prayer, but rather to turn to the city of Mecca. So Muhammad is showing his true colors, man. He wicked as hell. Excuse my language. He's wicked. He had our people, right, was bound down, to the way of Jerusalem. Muhammad like, hey, stop doing that. We ain't doing that no more. You is not doing now. So now Muhammad went from asking our people or trying to ask our people, can you join? Can you join my religion? Now he's trying to put forth force. Now he ain't giving you no choice. He said, when the Jews refused to be converted, our people we wasn't going for that, man. We ain't dumb. He said he commanded his followers to stop turning to the holy city of Jerusalem in prayer. How you gonna tell me to stop turning to my holy city of prayer? How you gonna do that? How you gonna tell me to stop turning to my holy city of prayer and stop telling me to pray to my God? It said, but rather to turn to the city of Mecca. So he telling them, hey, don't do that no more. You gonna turn to Mecca. It ain't no different than these heathen throughout the Bible, man. It's no difference. Boom. Isaiah 83:6. That's the spirit. The tabernacle of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes are top 2 enemies. Facts, man. Facts. They are top 2 enemies. Ishmael and Esau, man. Moab and the Hagarenes. Them the ops, man. Hey, Muhammad is an op. He was an op. He wasn't no prophet. He wasn't no spiritual man. He wasn't no leader. He wasn't no leader like David was. He wanted to be like David. He wasn't no leader like Daniel was. He wanted to be like Daniel. He wasn't no leader like Jacob was. He wasn't no leader like he wasn't no prophet like Isaiah. He wasn't no prophet like Ezekiel. He wasn't no prophet like Jeremiah. He was a phony. He was a phony. He was a crook. He was a thief. He was like the Santa Claus off Friday After Next. You might as well look at Muhammad like the Santa Claus off Friday After Next, man. That's who he was. And say he changed the Jews Yom Kippur or Day of Atonement or fast day. So he say he changed the Jews Day of Atonement, which is the fast day, that is the day that we supposed to fast, which he had accepted for the month of Ramadan. See that? Muhammad changed the Jews Sabbath from Saturday to Friday. He had another parallel with Christianity. In the 4th century, the church changed the Sabbath to Sunday, and we organized this kind of to make Easter separate of Passover. So it said in the 4th century, the church changed the Sabbath to Sunday. That's why you have Christians, pastors, people in the church going to church on Sunday. That's what the church did. The church changed the Sabbath to Sunday. And it says, and reorganized its calendar to make Easter separate of Passover. So that's why you get Easter from. That's why you get Easter in the bunny laying eggs. That's what they did. They separated that from Passover. It says, like Christianity, also Muhammad included in his Bible, the Quran, accusations concerning the Jews. See that? That's what we read earlier. When you read the Quran, it's always talking about the Israelites, because he got that from the Bible. Nevertheless, the Quran glorifies many biblical personalities. Yeah, it does. Though we were talking about Abraham, we were talking about the Israelites, we were talking about Jesus, talking about Mary. It takes the characters out of the Bible. It takes the characters out of our history book, and he put it in his book. Likewise, my bad. What was it? In order to win the pagans into the church, Christianity adopted many barbaric customs and traditions. Likewise, Muhammad, to gain the loyalty of the pagan Arabs, adopted many of their beloved customs. The Kaaba stone, an idol, was to receive high regard in the new religion. That's why they walk around the Kaaba stone and kiss it and hug it and cry over it. Also, the pagan temple at the Mecca was to remain as a holy site. So it just said, we know Christianity was pagan. It said Christianity adopted many barbaric customs and traditions. That's why it all go back to paganism. They adopted Easter. They adopted Thanksgiving. They adopted Valentine's Day. They adopted the New Year's being in the wintertime. They adopted Halloween. They adopted all these pagan days and put them in Christianity. It say Abraham and Ishmael. It say Abraham and Ishmael. Ain't no way they say that, dog. That's hold up. That's wild. They say Abraham and Ishmael built the Kaaba stone. Oh man. Where is that in the Bible though? Where is that in the Bible? I didn't read that in the Bible when I was reading. I never read about Abraham, him and Ishmael drifting off. They leaving, they drifting off. They go and build a Kaaba stone. Him and his son Ishmael, he tapping Ishmael on his head. Good job, Ishmael. Patting him on his back. Ishmael looking at Abraham while he making the Kaaba stone. He got the hammer. He looking at him, Dad, look. Abraham, like, I'm proud of you, son. The stone is looking good. Where's that? There's nowhere in the Bible. Where they come up with stuff like this? It says, Likewise, Muhammad, to gain loyalty of the pagan Arabs, adopted many of their beloved customs. So you know how wicked this is. Muhammad, in the beginning, Muhammad went from telling the Arabs that you can't be doing paganism, you can't be worshiping those stones. Now he's so desperate for followers, for a fan base. He just, he said, instead of me telling them that idolatry is off, instead of me telling them that, I'm gonna let them have the Kaaba stone. I'm gonna let them bring that into the religion so they can join me. So he didn't really care about, I guess, saving his people's souls. He didn't care nothing about that. He just cared about a follow base and people following his book. So he took their idol and brought it into his religion. That's madness. Their book say that Muhammad, their book say that Muhammad got his so-called revelation from God in that dark cave. This sounds like some Greek mythology, bro. Isaiah 45:19, I have not spoken in secret. Ooh, that's a cut. That's a cut. That's a cut. That's a cut. I have heard Muslims say that he got his. I heard him. I ain't hear about the cave, but they say he got his information in secret. But what Isaiah 45:19 said, I have not spoken in secret in a dark place. Ooh, that's a cut. Hey, that's a cut right there, man. Hold up. That's a cut right there. Because they say Muhammad got his secret in a dark cave. But Isaiah 45:19 said, I have not spoken in secret in a dark place of the earth. I have said not unto the seed of Jacob, seek ye me in vain. I, the Lord, speak righteousness. I declare things that are right. Right? So that's a cut right there, man. To people say he got his information in a dark cave. That's a cut right there. That's a slaughter right there, man. And I was finna say something too. I just lost what I was finna say. What I was finna say? Man, Lord willing, come back to me. It said the Kaaba stone was received high. It says the Kaaba stone. What I was finna say, bro? What I was finna say? I forgot what I was finna say. I have spoken in the secret. Yeah, man, because the prophets, the Most High God he never hid nothing from the prophets, from the men of the Bible. He told them how it was. He ain't have to go in no dark cave. He revealed it to them. Right? It wasn't no secret. They knew what it was. But why in the Quran he had to go to take them to a dark cave and reveal this stuff to him? What did he reveal to him? What prophecy did he reveal to him? Obviously it was nothing, because it ain't in the Quran. It's not a Quran. So that should have been a red flag for a lot of our brothers and sisters that's in Islam. This man Muhammad is calling himself a prophet, but he never prophesied anything. Never. He just threw that title on there, man. Yup. Amos 3:7. Surely the Lord God would do nothing, but he revealed his secrets unto his servants the prophets. So he revealed his secrets to his prophets, right? That's why brothers have the parables, the understandings, the breakdowns in Revelation, the breakdown in Daniel. We break down the curses, because the Most High God revealed these things to his prophets. He don't have you in dark and have you clueless like Muhammad. Right? The secret things belong to us. That's facts, brother. So it says the Kaaba stone and idol was to receive high regard in the new religion. Also, the pagan temple at Mecca was to remain as a holy site. So I don't want to hear nobody in Islam talking about the Kaaba stone and got some meaning behind it. It goes back. It happened when so and so happened throughout history. It means peace. It means life. It don't mean none of that. Muhammad just made that up. Muhammad said that the Kaaba stone, which is an idol, was to be received as high value. So he the person that said it was supposed to be received as high value. The Most High God didn't come to him and tell him this Kaaba stone is made to be received as high value. You need to honor it. You need to kiss it. Lord didn't say that. Muhammad came up with that. It says, also the pagan temple at Mecca was to remain as a holy site. So Muhammad then, what I'm reading, Muhammad wicked. So page 50, I'm gonna start at the period of patience. So not only was Muhammad a pedophile, not only was he a thief. Let's see what else he was. The period of patience was past. So Muhammad tired of patience, bro. Muhammad, I done had enough. These Jews still don't want to listen. They still don't want to get down with the Quran. They still don't want to get down with my religion. I done had enough. That's what he said. It said he was now determined to propagate his religion by the sword. So now he finna bring force. Now he finna start killing people now. So he also was a murderer. Muhammad was a pedophile, he was a thief, and he was a murderer. He killed us. See, a lot of people in Islam, they be like, why are you reading the Bible? That's a white man book. You listening to the white man. But they don't understand that you are listening and studying or getting down with your religion of your slave master. Muhammad was a slave master. Right? It said that the period of patience was past, and he was now determined to propagate his religion by the sword. He said, and I quote, I last of the prophets and sent with a sword. He said he's the last of the prophets. So he's saying the Lord put the spirit on him to come with a sword and kill his chosen people. What kind of sense does that make? The Lord put the spirit on Muhammad to kill the Jews. I, last of the prophets, am sent with a sword. The sword is the key to heaven and hell. All who draw in it, he said, all who draw it in the name of faith will be rewarded. Muhammad, he just talking out his belly. He ain't pulling no precepts out. He don't have no understanding. He just talking out his belly. He says Muhammad became a martyr or a martial prophet, and the pagans. Muhammad became a martial prophet, and the pagan and stubborn Jews became his victims. So Muhammad was killing a lot of our people, man. Just like the rest of these people, man, throughout history. Muhammad was killing a lot of our people. He was that slave master going back to the time of the sub-Saharan slave trade. The Arabs had a hand in our slavery, right? They had us in slavery as well. Going back to Joel 3, right? On down. Let me get that. So the sub-Saharan slave trade was brutal too, man. People don't really talk about that slave trade. Yeah, he just running his mouth, man. Muhammad is just running his mouth. That one. It's Joel chapter 3 and verse 4. Yeah, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And will you recompense me swiftly and speedily? Will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temple my goodly pleasant things. So that's also going into the sub-Saharan slave trade, because that's the same thing that happened during that slave trade, man. They stole us. They sold us for gold, for wine, right? They had our people in slavery. That all thought. So the Arabs, man, the Lord got some problems with the Arabs, bro. Especially Muhammad going into slavery, man. Muhammad is gonna be a slave, man. Right, so all that stuff about the Quran, about Allah, all that's dead. Muhammad is going into slavery, right? And it says, Muhammad became a martial prophet, and the pagans and stubborn Jews became his victim. When did the Lord tell Isaiah, Ezekiel, Jeremiah, to go and kill his people? When did the Lord say that? When did the Lord, tell Jeremiah to go kill his people? Yes, sold it to the Grecians, to the white man. Verse 4, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold it to the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Slave trade in the Bible right there. That's the slave trade in the Bible right there. It's how we know this book is real. This book is prophecy. Now the Bible got prophecy. This prophecy in here, man. It's history and prophecy in here. The Quran don't got that. It's just a regular book. Folks be reading the Quran like it's a spiritual book. Folks done got through reading the Quran. Now they acting like they're in the spirit. Now they say they feel refreshed through the spirit. They done been meditating. They done meditated on Surah chapter 31 and verse 30. They done meditated on them. Now they done bowed their head about 4 times like this. They got their little mat that they put their knees on with their little hat on, or they cover their head and they done bowed down like this. Now they feeling like they done read the Quran about 3 or 4 times. They feel like they in the spirit. You're not in the spirit. Reading the Quran is like reading a regular book. It's like a regular book. There ain't no spiritual in those scriptures, man. The Bible is spiritual. The Bible got the spiritual words. This is what you need to read. The Quran is reciting the Bible. So why not read the Bible? That's like you see some this like this right here. I'm finna show you the comparison of the Quran and the Bible. I'm finna show you the comparison of the Quran and the Bible, man. Let me show you real quick. Let me find that. This is like the Quran and the Bible, man. This is the difference between the Quran and the Bible. Why not get the real ones? Right? These are the real ones. You get the fake ones. You know what I'm saying? You get the fake ones. This is the difference between the Quran and the Bible. This the Bible, the original. Now this is the Quran trying to be like the Bible. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? This is a perfect example. Why not just get the ones? I mean, you got the money to get the ones. You got the money. But you decide to get the Walmart ones. You decide to get the Walmart ones instead of get the ones. That's like the Quran and the Bible. Ain't no difference. I mean, it is a difference. That's the difference right there. So, so now it says, in the year 627, they gotta understand the Quran came way after the Bible. That should have been a red flag then. See, our people don't do research. Our people don't read. They don't sit here and just think for a second. The Bible came way before the Quran did. The Quran is a fairly new book compared to the Bible. So I'm reading the Bible. It's talking about Abraham, the Israelites, talking about Mary. I read the Quran, it's saying the same thing. Now, it say Muhammad is a prophet. I read the Quran, I don't see no prophecy in here. And the Quran means to recite. So what is the Quran reciting? It must be reciting the Bible. So why not just read the Bible? Why not just keep what the Bible say instead of keeping a watered down version? Don't make sense. It says, it said in the year 627, the battle of foes occurred. The Jewish tribes were defeated by the armies of Muhammad. So brothers that's in Islam that want to be so-called woke, you know what I'm saying? That's for their people. They're talking about the hell with the white man, the hell with all the other nations. I'm for my people. We pro-black, things like that. Understand this. When you say that you Muslim, when you get down with Islam, that is your slave master religion. The same as Christianity. Ain't no different. It just said the Jews were defeated by the armies of Muhammad. So Muhammad, this is your prophet. Is this your king? What Killmonger said on Black Panther? Is this your king? This your king? Hey, Muhammad, this your king right here? Brother, that's Muslims. This your king? Muhammad? This your prophet? Muhammad? The Bible said, not the Bible, my bad. History said Muhammad defeated the Jews. So he was a murderer. Muhammad killed us. We the real Jews. You so-called black woman and black man. We the real Jews. So Muhammad was killing your people. The man that you speak proudly of. The man that you would want to fight people about if somebody speak against him. This man didn't care about your people. This man killed your people. And now you saying you Muslim. Now you saying Muhammad is a prophet. He the best and last prophet. This man killed your people, ain't put your people in slavery. It said 700 Jews were gathered in the marketplace and offered the alternative, the Quran or the sword. So it said, so Muhammad got 700 Jews and he gave them a choice. Ain't no difference between the the Greek captivity. Same thing the white man was doing. If you keep keeping your commandments, if you don't keep my my laws, I'm gonna kill you. Same thing Muhammad did. He said the Quran or the sword, you choose. You choose which one you want. You want to serve my religion, Islam? You want to get down with the Quran, or you want to get put to death? That was a choice that he gave our people. And guess what? Now our people freely in so-called 2024, they freely join Islam. They freely join Christianity after them two religions put our people to death, beat our people. The same way Christianity was beat into our people, it's the same way Islam was beat into our people. Ain't no difference. It said, but the devout Jews were accustomed to martyrdom. So our people was accustomed to being martyrs. Our people was accustomed to dying for this truth. It wasn't no problem. They ain't have no problem with saying, I'm choosing to die. Give me the sword. Cut my neck off. Do what you need to do. It wasn't no problem. So our people chose to die instead of get down with Islam. And what are people doing now freely? They getting down with Islam. Freely. They not getting forced. They ain't got no sword to their neck. Talking about the sword, Islam or die. They ain't got that. They freely doing it. Because why? Why? Why they freely doing it? Why they joining something they don't know about? Why they joining something they have no clue about? Let me show you why. And the so-called white man, he know that Islam is not the way. Because when you have these celebrities, they speak up. You have these celebrities all the time. You had Javante Davis just come out and say that he Muslim. You got Lil Durk saying he Muslim. It's no problem. The white man don't cancel him, right? He don't tell them to apologize or nothing. There's no problem with them saying they Muslim. But let them come out saying they're the real Jews according to the Bible. Now they gotta apologize, right? Now he threatened to kill their family. Now they gotta write an apology to the Jewish community. Why is that? The white man know Islam is not the way. He know that. That's why he let these celebrities say they Muslim, because he know it's gonna be people that look up to these celebrities and they gonna call themselves Muslim. They don't know why they calling themselves Muslim. They don't know why. They don't know nothing about. They never read the Quran. They never listened to a sermon out the Quran, but they call themselves Muslim because Lil Durk a Muslim. They know that, but they ain't gonna let them call themselves Israelites though. They ain't gonna let them tell them they the people of the Most High God. They ain't gonna let them do that. But this is why though. Hosea 4:6. They don't want the truth to come out, King. Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also Yep. They never read it. They just want to join. My bad. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because knowledge have rejected. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I also forget thy children. Right? So a lot of our people just following, man. Right? A lot of our people don't truly do what they supposed to do as Muslims. They don't really be fasting, praying, right? That's your slave master religion. Right? That's the Arabs, man. That's their religion. Right? We the Israelites. They come from Ishmael. We come from Isaac. You know what I'm saying? We the people of the promise. They had to leave. The promise, Ishmael was the firstborn, but the Most High God didn't even notice him. He went straight to Isaac. Because the promise was Isaac, not with Ishmael. Yes, Ishmael was going to be a great nation. And they is being a great nation. They one of the biggest religions. Right? But the promise didn't go to them. The promise went to us, the Israelites. We not Muslims, bro. We not Muslims. That's a religion. It says, they did not hesitate in their choice. Muhammad carried out his bestowed threat, executed the Jews, and the women were sold. So he killed the men, the children, and he sold the women for slavery. He was a slave master. He was a slave master. He was a pedophile. He was a thief. He was a murderer. And he was a slave master. Is this your king? Is this your king? He was a murderer. He was a pedophile. He was a thief. And he was a slave master. I'm going to ask you again, brothers and sisters. Is this your king? Is this your king? Is this your prophet right here? I'm going to jump. It says, there was another city northeast of Medina called Shabar. This city was the headquarters of the Jewish power in Arabia. After a long siege, the city capitulated to Muhammad. Under the rulership of Omar, the Jews of Shabar were transplanted to Syria. So he sold us. We was transplanted to Syria. He sold us. Muhammad attacked tribe after tribe, caravan after caravan that were going to the city of Mecca. These acts enraged the Meccans, and they equipped a large army to destroy Muhammad. In the ensuing battle, Muhammad was almost killed. He was almost killed, but they almost had him up out of there. Finally, the prophet marshaled his forces and turned to the city of Mecca. The entire city was abandoned because the inhabitants was afraid of Muhammad. So Muhammad damn not only he had our people scared, he had his own people scared of him, bro. They fled. It say it was abandoned because they were scared of Muhammad. The entire city was abandoned because the inhabitants were afraid of Muhammad. Muhammad decimated the idols in Mecca. However, he did not demolish the temple. When the Meccans saw that Muhammad did not destroy that temple, they returned to the city and joined his religion. Now it said the third stage of any revolution is marked by the preservation and continuation of the new order. The successor of Muhammad was Abubakar. He was called Salih. Abubakar wrote down the speeches and sermons of Muhammad. So Muhammad had a person writing down his speeches and sermons for him. It said by this time, Islam held a tenacious. Let me see how to pronounce that word. I know it means like a stronghold. You see. Let me get that real quick. Tenacious. Right. So he said, by this time, Islam held a tenacious grip over the lives of the Arabians. So by this time, it was too late, man. Muhammad already done took off, man. He got a grip on a whole lot of generations, even to this day. He had a grip on a lot of our generations, man. Calling themselves Muslims. Joining the Nation of Islam. You got a damn young boy saying he was Muslim. Kevin Gates was saying he Muslim. So that's bringing a lot of our people into Islam right there. So that's that. So that's the history of Islam. There's plenty more history you can look into it. fact check. This from Babylon to Timbuktu. You can order this book. I forgot how much it was, but you can order this book. It's by Rudolph Winsler, The History of the Ancient Races, including the Black Hebrews. Right. So this is a mighty book through the Spirit, man. It touched on Islam. So brothers and sisters, I'm gonna ask you again, if you in Islam, is that your king right there, man? Muhammad. We understood this is history. We understood that Muhammad, from what we just read, historical facts, he was a pedophile, he was a murderer, he was a pedophile, he was a murderer, he was a slave owner, he was a thief, and he plagiarized. He did a lot of things, man, to get to where he at with the Nation of Islam in the Quran. So understand this: when you read the Quran, you reading information that was taken out of the Bible, that was stolen out of the Bible, and that was put into the Quran. He made his own book. And back in history, if you didn't want to get down with the Quran, you was put to death, and the women was sold. This how the history of Islam came about, that people don't want to talk about. Same way as Christianity. Happened the same way. These religions were beaten to us. The Most High God, He never gave us a religion. He never gave us no religion to get down with. He gave us laws, statutes, and commandments to keep. He didn't give us no religion. You know what I'm saying? So Lord, when this video is edifying, man, my goal for this video, two goals. My goal was to edify brothers and sisters that's in this truth, that man didn't know the history of Islam, and also the goal is for our brothers and sisters that's in Islam, right, to hear this truth and to come out of Islam and to come back to their true identity according to the Bible as being the Hebrew Israelites and keeping these commandments. So with that, I want to give our honor and glory to Yahweh Shemi Hawashai. Shout out to the brothers at SOI, man, to see the Israel, man. Y'all tap into the brother YouTube channel, man, at sos.o.I resurrected. Mighty brothers over there, man, in Seattle. And shout out to the brothers Thad and Uriah from New Wine Congregation, my brothers right there, man, and anybody else that tuned in, and anybody else that will tune in to come. Keep the faith, keep enduring, keep the commandments. Shalom.